But this was all after the relationship was over?
Mm-hmm.
And then you decided because of that, you're not paying for anything.
I do have to say, just from a technique standpoint, Matt's use of judge hands is excellent. 5 stars on the judge hands for sure. I'm James Sexton. I'm a divorce lawyer based out of New York State. I've been practicing divorce law for 25 years. I've spent a lot of time in courtrooms getting yelled at by judges, making objections, having them sustained, overruled, and I've appeared in front of probably every kind of judge that you could imagine. So I am very excited to be judged by Matt Walsh. That feels good to me.
I hold your fate and perhaps even the fate of the world in my hands.
It's lofty.
Now tell me why you are here.
All right, we're here today because my ex-girlfriend is very crazy and just pure psychotic.
That feels very subjective.
Is like
Is this your ex-girlfriend?
Unfortunately, yes. I met her on a New Year's Eve party back in 2022. When I met her, she was very free-spirited, loud, you know what I mean, the good kind of crazy, you know, at the party.
The good kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's always the good kind of crazy till it becomes the bad kind of
All
crazy.
kinds of different crazy. I've never met a good one.
She was good crazy. You know, she was drinking, having a good time.
A loud, crazy drunk is the good kind?
Matt has really mastered the furrowed brow of a sitting judge. He's really got that down. And I think that's a huge piece of the judging thing, is the ability to sort of give that look that says, like, what you're saying right now is insane and you know it. And it's I've had that look given to me many, many times.
So he said, please don't drive my car, I don't have insurance. And you thought that was what, just flirtatious? What did you think? He was joking?
If he didn't want me to drive the car, he would have took the key and had it with him.
Can't argue with that logic.
So your logic is that if something is left within eyesight of you, that it's consent automatically for you to take it?
I mean, not everything, but like he knows I needed to use it. Like
Where's my wallet?
All right, hide it, Your Honor.
Well, I feel like if we're together, whatever is his is mine too, and whatever mine is his, right?
Boy, I think I've met this woman a few hundred times in courtrooms.
Why certain man want women to cook, want women to clean,
This is
married woman
wait.
stuff?
Matt loves the gavel, I have to say. There's not a lot that you could say about Matt Walsh is liberal, but his use of the gavel is very liberal. It is, one might argue, he is overly using the gavel. It's really, they're decorative. Like I think in a 25-year career, I've seen a judge like use the gavel twice, and it was always like in kind of a mocking way. I mean, it could be his thing. This could be like his judicial demeanor is defined by liberal use of the gavel.
Do we have evidence of this?
Yes, sir. I have pictures. I have photos of when I went to the Bahamian hospital. They had to kind of just.
I'm gonna have nightmares about this woman.
Throw a mask on me, and I had to come right back to the United States to go to the emergency room, get a plastic surgeon.
Matt's look says it all right there.
The end result.
Whew, looks like he just ate a bad clam.
This disturbs me. Why are you showing me this? I don't want to see it.
Because you asked for it, Judge.
Are you victim blaming now?
I'm the victim.
No, I'm the victim. I had to look at that.
You can't argue with
I had
that.
to look at that.
Look.
While your
That's
while your
fair.
face looked like that.
Judge.
What look would you say you're going for?
I felt the fact that Matt was able to maintain composure throughout this particular case was actually a real sign of his professionalism as a judge, because I don't know how he managed to keep a straight face between the 2 plastic surgery disasters that were in front of him there. Because as someone who makes preposterous arguments to judges sometimes, the ability to keep a straight face when we're saying something absolutely insane to you is really something that it must take some time to master, but Matt got all over it right away, early in his judicial career, so that's impressive.
Whether you're feeling stressed or anxious or simply seeking a moment of peace and tranquility, the Hallow app has something for you. Hallow offers an incredible range of guided meditations and prayers that are designed to help you deepen your spirituality and strengthen your connection to God. With Hallow, you can embark on a journey of exploration, diving into different themes and types of prayers and meditations. From gratitude to forgiveness, each session offers a unique experience, sparking your curiosity and deepening your spiritual understanding. Choose different lengths of meditation to fit your schedule schedule, whether you have a few minutes or an hour. With its user-friendly interface and hundreds of guided meditations, the Hallow app has quickly become a go-to source for people seeking spiritual growth and healing. You can download the app for free at hallow.com/Matt Walsh. Set prayer reminders and track your progress along the way. Hallow is truly transformative and will help you connect with your faith on a deeper level. So what are you waiting for? Download the Hallow app today at hallow.com/Matt Walsh. Hallow.com/Matt Walsh for an exclusive 3-month free trial of all 6,000 prayers and meditations.
Oh yeah, my cousin, she came over to my house or whatever, and she's explaining to me that one day when she was over, her phone was supposedly in the couch, and
Supposedly.
she asked somebody to call her phone, and he called it for her, and she's saying that that's how he got her number, that he was texting her that way.
The story already
But this
hurts.
was all after the relationship was over?
Mm-hmm.
And then you decided because of that, you're not paying for anything.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Feel like he still owes me.
What does he owe you?
Emotional distress that he's called.
Emotional stress,
The
okay.
emotional distress he's caused you, would you put that price at $500 and that's what makes it even?
No,
How do you quantify the emotional distress?
I put the emotional distress at $1,000.
$1,000 of emotional distress, that's a good amount of emotional distress, I guess. I do have to say, just from a technique standpoint, Matt's use of judge hands is excellent. It really is like it's an art form, judge hands. He does this one sometimes, he does this one. In this clip, he does this one. It's kind of the pensive one. But just overall, judge hands, 5 stars on the judge hands for sure.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Outbridge. Would you say that it's made your life better on the whole to chase hoes? Has it made you a happier, more successful person?
Something about hearing Matt say the word hose seriously is amazing.
I mean, in the moment, yeah.
In the moment.
Yeah, in the moment.
But then
I'm
you got all those
satisfied.
moments after you got to live with.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. When I think back in my life, yeah, definitely.
This is fairly emblematic of what is kind of wrong with the family law system. Is you're trying to quantify financially certain things, like how much is your emotional distress worth? $1,000. Like, it's a very what does the $1,000 worth of emotional distress look like? So the fact that Matt kind of turns it back into a life lesson, like a Charlie Brown life lesson for this guy about hey, what is the path that you've followed really led you to? These hoes ain't loyal sort of an approach. I think that was benevolent of him.
How do you get a license to strip? Do you go to the DMV for that?
Actually, yeah, or the police station. It's like
Okay.
an entertainment license.
You learn something new every day.
Actually, you do go to the DMV to get a license to strip?
Or maybe not the DMV. Is that the tax collector? I don't know. But
At the what?
Wow.
the tax collector's office?
The problem with democracy is that her vote equals mine. I just want to say that right now.
No, that's not the tax collector's office. That's the
DM
IRS. You don't go to the IRS to become a stripper, do you? I already hated the IRS, and now I hate them more.
She couldn't get a license. I couldn't get a license. And so the next plan was, okay, well, this is a Jacksonville law. Why don't we go to the next
If you can't get a stripping
requirement,
license,
which is the next state
what's
closest,
next?
Which is like about an hour and a half or 2 hours, and that's Daytona. And
So Daytona doesn't have this standard where at least you have to be 21. So
I think Daytona is like a drive-through stripper license. It's
Daytona
easy.
is trashier than Jacksonville.
that's honestly, no, you know what's
That
really
is an amazing
trashy?
achievement.
Jacksonville, you have to be 21 to strip, but you have to be 18 for nudity. So you know those nude, maybe you don't know, but those nude strip clubs that are fully nude, you only have to be 18. But the strip,
Those nude strip clubs,
right.
as opposed to the not nude ones?
There are different ones.
I think it's sort of adorable that Matt actually doesn't know the distinction between an all-nude strip club and, which is, in most jurisdictions have a all-nude strip club, also known as a juice bar, where you're not allowed to serve alcohol, but women are allowed to be completely naked. And then there are strip clubs where they can only be semi-nude. Normally, they have to have their private areas covered. Again, this case was a challenging one. Challenging insofar as it was hard to imagine that either of these young women were actually sufficiently intelligent to have found their way into the courtroom. And he somehow, again, managed to not hold them both in contempt and throw them out. I think the fact that Matt was not given the power to jail people or to assign people towards execution was probably a smart move on someone's part, and I applaud that. But I do think this is the kind of case where if he could have had them both held in contempt, he definitely would have done so.
Have you sworn off the strip club scene? Are you done?
Oh, that's a long pause.
I don't want to
You've answered the question.
I don't wanna say,
You've answered it.
You
You haven't. No, you haven't. The answer is no.
I think I'm done.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't
feel
live
very
life like
confident
that.
in that answer.
I don't like to live life with like periods at the end of them. Like, I want to keep everything
Well, why not?
open.
I mean, when you have a sentence and it's over, especially if it's a really terrible sentence, a lot of times you want to put a period on it. So this is something that you've testified that you feel God is calling you not to do. You don't feel comfortable doing it. You don't feel good about it. And yet you're not willing to say that you won't do it again.
Well, God was calling, but she was like, let's send it to voicemail. It's not.
Like, let's say like I'm down bad and I want like a new car. Like, let me just work, like.
You know, you could say a lot of things about Matt Walsh, but you couldn't possibly say that he's a guy that you'd use a phrase like down bad with. There's just no courtroom in the world where using a phrase like down bad is going to work to your advantage. It's just not. Even in like Bronx County, that's not going to work. You know, I've been practicing law for 25 years, and I've watched a lot of judges, their careers begin and watched their rise, and some of them I've watched their downfall. I have to say, Judge Walsh is off to an amazing start. As a practicing attorney for, a couple of decades, I would like my cases judged by Matt Walsh much more than the elected judiciary that they're currently in front of.
Now get the hell out of my courtroom.